Alright, video 11 in the series, and like I said last time, I wanted to include a little progress check in this video, and you'll find that progress check in the description of the video. You'll find a link to a PDF, and it would be best if you print out that PDF and use it. Basically, it's a self-test, and the idea is to record yourself doing some rhythm reading. Hopefully you've been practicing rhythm reading. I know we haven't talked about it much, but I definitely recommend you keep up with that. So there's a rhythm reading example, then there are 2 syllable reading examples, and then a solfège example. And basically what I want you to do is to record yourself either with video and audio, preferably with video and audio, or just with audio, and go ahead and sight read those examples. Don't look at them too much before. The solfège example you can look at more if you want to add grace notes to it, but the idea is that they are sight reading examples. So I've included an instruction page, which is the first page of that PDF, and the second page is basically the exercises, kind of a self-test. And like I said on the instruction sheet, if you think you got 80% of the notes and syllables and rhythm right, then you're pretty much on the right track and where you should be in terms of this series. Today we're going to finally get to a different meter than 4/4, which is good. the 3/4 meter. We'll talk about the conducting pattern a little bit, go through some exercises in it, but as usual we'll start with some Dandolo. Let's get to it. Exercise number 20 in Dandolo's book. You can see a lot of groups of fourths in this one. Let's think syllable groupings. Put an accent on the first syllable of each group. Don't worry if your accents don't match mine. There'll be a lot of groups of 2, it looks like, in this one. Let's go ahead and start. I'll give you a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, fa, mi, la, fa, si. Do, fa, sol, re, la, mi. Sol, do, la, mi. Re, sol, si, mi. Do, la, re, si. Do, sol. Mi, la, fa, re, si, mi, do, mi, la, sol, si, mi, do, fa, sol, do, si, sol, do, la, sol, re, do, sol, mi, si, do. Okay, let's move to the next one where we've got a lot of leaps of fifths. Number 21. Here it is, and we'll do the same thing. Give you 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sol, re, do, si, do, sol, la, mi, sol, do, re, sol, la, mi, do, re, fa, la, do, fa, mi, la, sol, re, mi, do, re, sol, la, re, fa, si, do, mi, fa, la, sol, re, fa, si, do, sol, mi, do, sol, do, do. You can see that sometimes I do groups of triads as well if I see like an arpeggio or something like that. Let's go ahead and move to some bass clef examples. Number 20 in bass clef. Again, lots of leaps of fourths. Let's go ahead and do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, fa, mi, la, sol, do, si, sol, do, sol, fa, do, si, mi, do, sol, la, re, sol, do, fa, si, mi, la, re, la, si, mi, do, sol, fa, do, la, mi, fa, re, si, sol, do, fa, si, mi, re, la, si, sol, do, do. And let's do 21 bass clef as well. Okay, in this one we've got all sorts of different types of leaps and some stepwise parts. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fa, si, do, mi, fa, do, la, sol, la, fa, re, la, sol, mi, do, sol, fa, la, si, mi, re, fa, sol, do, fa, mi, re, do, si, fa, do, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, re, sol, do, fa, si, la, si, re, fa, si, la, re, do, sol, fa, si, do, mi, re, sol, la, do, si, fa, do, la, fa, si, mi, re, sol, mi, do, fa, do. Alright, those are getting trickier. Let's move to Danhauser and talk about the 3/4 conducting pattern, which basically goes like this. I'm going to be mirroring you. You're going to go down, right, up, down, right, up. And like I said, for the 4/4 pattern, always try to come back to the same point for this meter. If your pattern's all over the place, people are going to have a difficult time following you. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first exercise in 3/4, which is extremely simple. It looks like this. It's number 44. I think if any grace notes, we might just need one. Let's put one in. Now it looks like this. Really not that difficult of an exercise. Maybe just get used to the conducting. Let's go ahead and do this one. We'll do it without the repeat, but we will return to the sign and finish in the first system. Let's begin leaving out the grace notes when we repeat the first part. All right, again, as usual, we're in the key of C major. Let's go ahead and get warmed up to that key. Do, mi, sol, la, fa, re, si, do. Okay, so this time we're in 3/4 though, and we're gonna take it about this tempo. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'll give you 2 beats as usual. First notes, do, ready, and do, si, do, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, mi, re, do, si, do, si, la, sol, do, si, do, re, fa, mi, re, do. All right, not the most exciting example. Let's go ahead and move on. And this is number 45. Let's go ahead and take a look at it for a second and think about the places that might be difficult for you. It's always a good idea when you're about to sight sing something to really just quickly look over it. Think about where you might put in grace notes. You can see we're going to be coming back to the beginning in this one too, ending in the third system. Okay, and here's where I put grace notes in. Nothing too unusual, just filling in some gaps as usual, and using do a few times as a reference point. All right, let's go ahead and do this one. We'll take it at about the same tempo. Make sure you're conducting. So sol's the first note on this one. Let's get it from our warm-up. Do, mi, sol. Okay, so I'll give you 2 beats again. Here we go. Ready, and sol, la, sol, do, sol, la, sol, 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 fa, fa, mi, re, sol, sol, la, sol, do, sol, la, sol, do, mi, re, do, si, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, sol, do, si, sol, do, sol, si, sol, do, sol, do, sol, do, 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 sol, si, re, do, si, la, sol, si, re, do, la, si, la, sol, si, re, do, si, la, sol, si, re, do, si, la, sol, la, sol, la, sol, la, sol, la, sol, sol, la, sol, do, sol, la, sol, 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 fa, fa, mi, re, sol, sol, la, sol, do, sol, la, sol, mi, re, do, la, sol, fa, re, do, so, si, so, do, so, si, so, do, so, do, so, do, 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 do. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is the last one we're going to do. Looks like this. You can do number 47 as well. It's just basically a variation in rhythm on this. Think about where you might have difficulties in this one. Take a look at it for a second. There are a few leaps. Where would you put grace notes? You can put them wherever you want, but this is where I put them, in only a single place. Basically, here's where syllables can really help you out. Just try to keep the syllables in your mind and use the pitches attached to them to kind of help aid your memory. Let's go ahead and try this one. We'll take this one at about the same tempo. Make sure you're conducting with me. I'm not going to take the repeats. I'm going to give you 2 beats. First note is do, ready, and do, mi, re, fa, mi, do, re, mi, do, re, si, do, la, sol, so, si, re, si, do, mi, re, sol, mi, fa, mi, re, do, re, do. Okay, and that's that. Next time we'll get to some more examples in 3/4 and also go on to cut time, which is another duple meter. But until then, happy sightseeing.